All right, ready to start. Ganesh Asirvatham versus David Eldar.
Are we on?
I assume so. Twitch is on.
Oh, I just didn't see the actual. Oh, it is live. Okay, cool. Hello,
Eldar is quite sick. He seems to have some kind of ringing in his ears or some kind of vertigo, dizziness. Ganesh is healthy and going first. With HMOORST.
IcoFan asks, will any extra not streamed annotated games be released? That's a great question. The answer is yes. Michael hired a bunch of young annotators to be at different tables throughout the event. And I believe already there have been some games that were posted on cross tables from the event that you should be able to peruse. Go have a look at cross-tables.com. Look in the annotated games section and you should be able to see a selection there from the event. It looks like the labels next to the players' racks in the middle of the screen still need to be adjusted. One says Nigel, he is no longer up there, and the other is empty. Silly old doll, maybe check your volume because the microphone definitely picks up unless it's suddenly changed. Kumar, did you adjust? It's still fine?
Yes.
It's still fine. Okay.
Cool. Ganesh opened with Goth, leaving MRS. Looked to be the optimal play. Eldar has Drek.
Eldar's got a whole bunch of vowels, yes. He's going to make the one play that comes out over the exchanges, and that is Toya.
Ganesh has lined up his bingos. The blank can be in I or an A, and Merlins or Merlans. Pull. Eldar is shaking his head. We do not know what the blank is.
Appears to be a hold. Zawi already existed as a high-scoring option below Toya, And now zone is there. Oh, there's a challenge. It'll be a +5.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean,
or I wonder if it's possible if he misdesignated the blank. That's the only other thing I can think of. We don't know what the blank is. Probably is one of the 2 valid words, but.
Yeah, but I wonder if he's checking Goths. So Eldar can choose between Zone scoring 56 and Zowie scoring 43. He's probably gone with Zowie just to increase his chance of getting a bingo sooner rather than later, to play off the W. And Quackle agrees with that.
It's an A.
So we determined the blank is an A, so you don't have to change your Quackle there, Jason.
Probably makes sense because he was. There's no Z threat, but there is an X threat in that spot. So.
Ganesh has got unveils on his rack. He's pulled out of the bag. There's at least one spot for it.
Eldar will be quite unhappy about that.
I suspect we're going to see another head shake fairly shortly.
Yeah.
Joel Sherman says, it would be a fun scoring variant to credit one more time the base word tile values for playing a string in which a blank can make more than one valid word. That is interesting. That would potentially make for a very, very high score on one turn. I assume you would probably still have a base designation for the blank though, right? So that someone hooking onto it later can prepare for something. Or on the other hand, if you didn't specify which one and someone else got to pick, then they could score very highly with either option.
And if they made it work, they could also use both of those options. They would also get double.
Mm-hmm. Interesting idea. Ganesh has also lined up Evulsion. And David shakes his head, as suspected. And Joel Sherman agrees with your assessment there, Jason. Whoever plays through it later determines the single designation, unless their later play also would be valid with multiple versions of the original values. Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Great idea, Joel Sherman. Eldar can score 30. You can play Radon under Zowie, you can play Zonda. Yeah. You should be optimistic. He can be sick and optimistic at the same time.
Ganesh is likely to score a lot over using that S on the next turn.
Mm-hmm. What are you thinking, like walks?
Walks is there, definitely.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Looks pretty bleak for Team Australia in this matchup already.
Mm-hmm.
And David Eldar is going to go for Zonda to score 30.
Nice.
Joel Sherman says, I've got the video volume control all the way up and the overall volume control of my desktop all the way up, and I can barely hear you guys most of the time. Feedback for Kumar, just with respect to volume. And then Jason, maybe a little bit louder for you as well.
Okay. Well, Liam scores 50. Scores a lot. But he should probably play walk still to avoid the double or the huge S bingos.
Aaron Nader says, Jason, help! I can't figure out how the heater in my hotel room works.
Oh my. You could like Facebook message me a picture of your heater dials. Labels written in Japanese.
There goes Wops.
Oh, he has 3 A's again. I don't think he's gonna win.
No, looking at options like Agora or Angora on the left, or the right, pardon me. Joel Sherman says, I can play other videos with the same settings and they blast me. The problem is coming from your side with respect to sound. Just continued feedback for Kumar. And Aaron Bader says, sound is fine to me. Yeah, it's until now. I've had no one complaining about the sound, so not sure what to tell you guys. Sorry. If there is one word that has been used to describe me, quiet is not usually that word. On the quiet side, says Gyrosol.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Whoa, yes.
That's a Brett Smitheram.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. Apple headsets really don't like working with any other computers.
But did you accomplish it?
Yes, yeah, otherwise I would not be speaking to you now. I would
you
be
did it.
off thumping a wall somewhere. Yes.
Great work.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is...
Yeah, this is lopsided.
Are those scores accurate?
They are.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's Eldar's turn. He still has 3 A's like he did. Excuse me, like he did last track.
G.I. Joel says Brett comes through much louder, Kumar, just as continued feedback.
Good work, Aaron, in figuring out how your heater works in Tokyo.
Aaron concurs, although he can hear us just fine. He says that Brett is louder than us on his computer as well. Thank you for that.
I'm going to mute Brett. Okay, I've taken him down 7 levels.
Agora looks like a good play.
Agora seems fine to me too, yeah. Joel says he thinks it may be a browser issue because I came through louder in the Chrome browser for him as well, as opposed to Firefox. Okay, interesting. I wasn't aware that different browsers made sound come out differently, but I guess that's possible.
Never the right floaters from Mandragora.
What?
Mandragora. I think it's another word for mandrake.
Whoa.
Yeah. As I say, it's always so close, but never quite the right time.
Whoa.
And to answer your question, Brenjam, no, we don't wear mics. We just wear the headsets that you can see when we have a guest commentator with us. Excuse me, the microphone is just down where I'm pointing off screen. I don't want to move it just because we're finally closer to the right positioning for it again. But yeah, where I was pointing, it's just on the desk. And it's fairly sensitive to pick us up even when we're not right next to it.
Our thoughts on something like Woomy, down from W Zowie now for Ganesh.
It's nice. There's also Vibey.
Yeah.
And Woomy is what Ganesh will go for at the end.
Kills the hooks, kills the nice lotus of Zonda. Of course, any play from Eldar is going to be face value here. Of course, David there would have been happy as a sand boy to play Zondas.
Yeah. he almost played Sandboy in 2 straight games, which is ridiculous. Because if he had played Wheelings last game, he could have played SANDBO blank and made the blank an X or a Y, which for like 96.
DL points out boy bands through the B and Woomy.
And of course, Man Band, which I believe was a new addition, which is a slightly older boy band.
Really?
Basically the Backstreet Boys now.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. It's the Backstreet Boys. Yeah. Or Westlife or Boyzone coming up to this part at the side of the pond.
Okay, there's 2 separate words, but have a look at that definition.
Barry Herod, our director, is showing me a definition of boy band from his phone. And the definition says a
Ganesh
pop
is
group
anti-bad, by the way.
targeting mainly the teenage market, composed of young males chosen because they look good and can dance and can sometimes even sing. I like it. That's a shady definition. Poor Eldar, just when he's finally getting a little bit back into the game, Ganesh and bingos again.
Yeah. I think he has a DHIILT.
That's a T instead of a Y, Kumar.
Something like Hade, right hand side.
Yeah, that looks good. Scores 40.
And,
Ganesh has the other blank.
Ganesh drawing well.
G.I. Joel points out Eldar would like an if on the board with his current rack.
Fine.
And here comes Hade. Can't really fault anything David Eldar is doing right now. He's just not catching a break.
Maybe that S and Sandboy was a C. Ganesh would have fair piece as a 9-timer.
I mean, he'll do fine with his, yeah.
I think he'd be fine without it. Yes. I think Preep's the acceptable.
Yeah, it's crazy how, I mean, I guess Antivert's a new word, right? It's crazy how much that changed the game. What's an Antivert?
Somebody comes before an introvert. No idea. You'd think Ganesh would see proofs pretty quickly, given that the blank is the S. So.
He had it lined up with EI instead of IE, it looked like, about a minute ago. At least that's what I thought I saw.
Yeah, I feel like I saw it as well. I mean, you can spell either way.
Both good. Both good.
Yeah.
Poor Eldar.
Whoa.
Is that like twerking then?
Comment of the day. Brett says like twerking.
Right now I'd be thinking 9-timer through the P and the S, but I think David realises he has the challenge. It's a bit of a bagging.
It's kind of crazy how will the Scrabble dictionary ever start getting? Do we still remove words?
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
It's very rarely though. I certainly think the CSW committee has a reasonable mandate never to remove anything if they can help it. You're right though, things like proof. How long do you keep
Yeah,
obsolescence?
If it were up to you, what would you do about such words at Smitheram?
I don't know if anybody gets the same thrill as me though when I play a word and it turns out that it's an obsolete something or other. You know, it's a vegetable that used to be used to treat gout in prostitutes or something like that. You know, it just gives me a bit of a joy.
Really?
It's just something bog standards, a bit less interesting.
Just to clarify, what gives you the joy of playing the word, or the definition of the word?
No, I think the opportunity to play words like that is truly Inconi.
Truly what?
Inconi, the anagram of Coney, which means wonderful. I think it's an obsolete word for wonderful.
Oh, wow. Cool.
I'll be fine if ever I get trapped in a time-travelling device and get taken back to Victorian England. I'll be able to converse with the best of them. Hey, Actually, then I could invent Scrabble as well. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
We have Evan Sclinchy.
Sclinchy.
Wow.
Oh, the Aussie is losing. I came in to ask if the Aussie was losing.
Yeah, he's getting bagged.
I need Aussies to lose.
At the moment, it is oi, losey. He is doing a lot of losing.
Excellent. I believe we are tied for first place with the Australians.
You are.
And we're in good shape this round. I won my game, Dave won his, and Will's got a 40-point lead and a second blank on his rack. So we could be 3-0.
Nice.
So yeah, we just need some Aussies to lose, and we'll be in pretty good shape going into tomorrow.
Aaron Bader says, hello, Evans.
Hello, Aaron, for like the 4th time. God, he's been watching the whole tournament.
He's in Japan.
Oh, so he's in the same time zone as us almost. So like he can
A
watch.
couple ahead, but yeah, basically the same time of
Better
day.
shape than if he were in America. I think it's like middle of the night in America right now, right?
It is indeed. On the West Coast, it is just about 4 a.m. and East
Yeah.
Coast, it's just about 7.
Oh, so we might have some. So it's a Saturday, so like, so Americans might be waking up and
Indeed.
watching over their weekend.
DL says, hello, Evans.
Hi, DL. Long time no see. DL, is your car okay?
Oh.
Sorry, maybe I shouldn't bring that up on the air.
Joel Sherman says, good morning, Evans.
Joel, are you already awake or still awake?
That is an excellent question. Joel's been here for a while, so,
Oh, so
I
probably
would say
still
probably
awake.
still awake.
What's dedication?
Yeah, he says still awake to confirm the theory. DL says she wasn't driving.
Oh no, I
That's
know, I know.
fair.
I didn't accuse you of doing so.
Brenjam says, I got only 4 hours sleep a day all week. Is that because of this stream, or is that something that already happens even without Scrabble streaming?
Ganesh
Anything
has lined
interesting
up.
in this game, or just
Ganesh has lined up suppressor for no
Oh.
reason. I
Wait, does he have that?
No, he's.
Oh, he's like
not close.
he needs like
He's like
different
more letters
in
on
a
the
lot of
board.
ways. Okay.
Brenjam says it's
Someone's got
because of the
Super
stream.
Pro.
It's dedication.
Hmm.
Oh, he's got an opportunity here to play Mer, M-E-R.
How are you guys tiring watching 10 games a day?
Brett Smitheram says he has an opportunity to play Mer, which is a game where he.
All right, you know what? I don't need to stand here and take this abuse. I'm out of here.
He's busting your chops, actually.
Yeah,
is
all
something I
right. My
think
chops
they
have
say.
busted enough today. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but
You won, it's okay.
You played it and it caused you to win.
It did cause me to
So
win.
what
It
is
was
there
the
to be
only win.
ashamed
Like
of?
if I played a valid word, I would have lost the. No, that's not true. There
What
was
if
one
you
other.
played me?
Yeah, there was a valid win.
Yes.
I could have played Ming and then Cher.
Aaron Bader, that is correct. Evans did play Mare.
I played MER as the outplay that won me a game 555 to 550, and my opponent did not challenge.
No, we saw that. He finally posted the story of it.
Joel Sherman says, and I'm going to play an 8-round tournament 3 hours from now. Well, Joel, that's impressive.
Sleep is overrated. You can sleep when you're dead.
No, and he's going to be playing a TW tournament after watching Colin's game.
Yeah, I don't think that makes any difference to him, but.
Just as a side thing, I think David's rack is significantly worse than what we've got him down as at the moment.
QAT, good play.
Oh,
Well done.
another QO mix-up.
Yeah, I think it's been a fairly common thing that being put on the rack by mistake when it's actually a Q. I think it's just because of the way that they're looking at the racks when they're putting in the letters. Sorry, guys.
I think actually that we glossed over a little bit David's last play of Ire. I think he was fishing to get Lithiest as a 9-timer.
Yeah.
Because the P was unseen, so it's a last-ditch effort.
A last-ditch effort to lose by less than 100.
Is Aaron asking if they didn't play Oat? I think that's a Q, right? It looks Q-ish.
That is definitely a Q.
Ironically, I can't read the O or the Q on your computer screen, so. I'm not sure if that counts as irony.
Looks like Sawyer and Lousier on Ganesh's rack. And then David Eldar's hasn't been updated, it looks like. Yeah. That's 2 C's.
Alright, I gotta go.
See you, Slinchy.
What are your plans for tonight?
I don't know, some sort of food and drink and then sleep.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk.
Excellent. That sounds like every other night.
So it looks like David's got Silis set up in his rack if he's provided with a required S. Sidely checked, I haven't given my notes, but yeah.
14 tiles left, 7 in the bag.
Any merit in playing something ridiculous like OUK? You kill the most dangerous opening through the Eye of Unveils. David's going to be forced into making an opening realistically.
I don't think there's any merit in spending any time on this play. But that's OUK sounds fine, yeah.
Joel says, this one looks like it's in the bag for Ganesh, so shower time for me. Thanks for the excellent work all. Thank you, Joel. Have a good tournament day. Best of luck, and hopefully you get to sleep shortly after.
Yeah. See you later, Joel.
Maybe Ganesh might want to think about blocking the opportunity for Jin and QIN. He really wants to
That's
play
clever.
the screws here.
Yeah, and LI there is a,
7.
LI there is a good play anyway. Leaves letters that are, I mean there's only 5 vowels unseen out of 14. 3 of which are eyes. That's a good leave anyway. But it doesn't matter because every play will win every game.
Invader says Ganesh needs to maximize spread. He has a reputation to uphold. He's kind of already doing that. He's got over 1,000 spread on the next highest, I think, if I remember what I saw on the list correctly. So true, but he's definitely already done that. 2,000 plus last I saw.
He's been drawing like he has in this game. His reputation is for playing the tiles on the board. Done a lot wrong with it. Looks like he's had the ammunition to not do a lot wrong with. What is the remaining pool?
Remaining pool, great question. On cue.
Okay. See anything that David can do to give himself a chance. I guess WWND, what would Nigel do? I think he'd play Illicit down from the E of Unveils.
No, I mean, there's only 4 in the bag, so...
Oh,
Nigel would
no, he wouldn't then.
play a
Oh.
simple equity maximizing move. Nigel would line something up on the track, wait 45 seconds, and then put it down.
This is the difference. So David does have a play lined up on his rack, it just doesn't go anywhere. Nigel strictly limits himself to ones to play. Maybe this is the poet, the romantic in David Eldar that's coming out now, the daydreaming about what could have been.
He did draw Acidy, interestingly.
Very quickly, that goes Jingo.
Nigel has come to fetch his bicycle. Should we get Nigel Cam going?
Hiya.
Oh no!
There goes the Nigel. And near the end of the day yesterday, Michael took the camera and got him on for like 20 to 25 seconds as he was exiting the room, but this time Nigel quickly dashed out.
Today we got like 5 seconds on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth every second. Nigel said he's gonna go about 160 kilometers per day on his trip back home.
Yeah, 6 days he mentioned he was going to take to do that.
It's about 1,000 kilometers total.
It's something you don't often see in the non-rock and roll world of Scrabble. David currently figuring out which kind of hard drug to get over this game with.
Ice?
He has drugs, and he was taking them during lunch, but they were prescribed to him by his doctor he went to see last night.
And they are vices.
Acid, CAG, and Eco. That's a nice setup. It's a nice play.
Quackle thinks that Civic was best, probably to block Lux. And it thinks that Vice was second best. And Ganesh's Exu was best for him there.
Does Acid play now?
No, now his best is Da to the Age of Goths.
Tough go for David Eldar in this match. Ganesh putting up another 500 to add to his total of many 500s. This will bring up his average on stream quite a bit.
Yeah, we had one previous 500 on stream, and then a bunch of other more normal scores. Shout out to the 70 people still watching.
Jim Brennan says, thanks guys. You're welcome. Hope you have a good evening and hope you are back to watch tomorrow.
Yeah.
While we haven't decided all the matches yet, I can tell you that at least one is decided. Tomorrow is the possibly most anticipated match of the entire tournament. It will be Ganesh again taking on the legendary Nigel Richards, who just left with his bicycle shortly a few minutes ago. So that'll be very exciting for us, and then the rest will be decided from there as we go to dinner tonight. One last time with our tradition of deciding who gets to be on the top board.
Are we doing that again?
That was a weird outplay when he's got Lens and Cats.
Yeah, I agreed.
Ganesh.
Agreed.
Anyway. Yeah, looking forward to it, guys. As I say, I'll be staying up until midnight UK time, and I'll make sure that all of my various bits and pieces are working properly so that I can criticise Ganesh and Nigel as necessary.
I look forward to
Looking
it.
forward to it. Should be a great game.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yes, indeed. Thanks in the meantime for joining us. We will see you at midnight your time, Brett. Aaron Bader says good night. Doesn't think you'll be able to join tomorrow unless we're still on when he gets to the Nagoya airport. Well, fingers crossed. That would be good. Helen Gibson says, thanks, peeps. You're welcome. Hopefully you are back for the last day tomorrow. And everyone else in the stream, thanks for watching. Jesse and Jason going to sign off for the evening. We'll be back. Let's see the time here. It's 8 p.m. We start at 8 a.m. It's exactly 12 hours from now. We're going to be back on the stream. So until then, two of us signing off from Penang. We'll be back one more time tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
See you, Red.